Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the dojo, y'all. Welcome back to the daily discussions. I'm your host, Professor Hawk Sensei, and I'm glad you could make it. I'm glad you tuned in. Today, I want to talk about a very simple subject. I'm only human. I'm only human. Going through life, you may see people achieving things you can only hope to. And what they had to do to achieve those things, they had to basically become a machine. They had to sell their humanity away and become a machine. That's a very, very outlandish, parallel, metaphorical picture to paint, but in a sense it's true. I'm bringing this to you today because you gotta remember that you're only a human. There's only but so much you can take. There's only but so much you can withstand, endure. We all have a breaking point. We all have a boiling point. We all make mistakes. We all fall short. We all forget things from time to time. We're only human. That's all we are. We're only human. If you're something else, please tell me what you are, because I feel like human beings, we need to level up. I'm not saying we need to evolve or get into that transhumanism. No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is we need to level up. I feel like we can do so much better. So much better. But this machine that we subscribe to, society, it wants to make us into machines. It wants us to do 80-hour work weeks. It wants us to sacrifice all of our waking hours in support of the system and in support of the machine. But that's why I'm talking to you today, because I'm only a human. There's only but so much I can do. There's only but so much I can do. And the way that this world is set up is conditioned to make me as stupid as possible. So stupid, in fact, that I don't know that I'm stupid. So stupid, in fact, that I don't know that I'm being taken advantage of and led astray. I'm conditioned to be stupid. That's why stupidity is in the forefront of all your media. Stupidity is celebrated. Intelligence is abhorred. There's a reason why. Because when we have to look at where we're short, when we have to look at where we're lacking, when we have to look at what we are not, we're reminded that we are just simply humans. We are flawed beings who don't really understand ourselves completely. We learn as time goes on, and probably even still to the final day, you probably be like, well, I guess that's who I was, even though there was so many other things that I wanted to do and discover. At the end of the day, when the chips fall where they may, the fat lady sings and it's all over, you gotta remember, we're just human beings. We are not perfect. In our mind, we are not perfect. Probably in the eyes of the Most High, He would say that we're perfect. We're perfectly imperfect. I made a video about that a long time ago, but it's another discussion that I already had. Now look, right? Just because you ain't get that promotion, just because you ain't get that raise, just because you ain't get that girl, just because you ain't make the team, it don't mean you any less of a human. It don't mean that you can't still make it, right? This world makes us believe that we need to mold and shape ourselves into something that's accepted, right? Something that is accepted. But the fact of the matter is, society truly does not accept humanity for what it is. We're constantly trying to be something that's truly not within us. Come on now. The deepest, darkest depths of humanity are restricted, are closed off. Somebody cutting grass. The deepest, darkest depths of humanity are restricted, closed off, banished, and for good reason. But there's also knowledge and wisdom and insight and spirituality that's also been cut off, right? So what we actually get is never the whole or the real picture. Everything is just an illusion. We have to figure out what's going on for ourselves, and it's very difficult to do that as a human with limited resources and limited understanding and limited knowledge. Everything that we can search up on the internet, it's approved to be there. There's also this thing called a dark web. I don't recommend you go there. There's nothing good there. Meaning that there's information that is circling around the internet that has been deemed prohibited. It should not be viewed. Maybe it's disturbing. Maybe it's truly illegal. Maybe it's heinous. Who knows? All the stuff that's on there, the average person don't even need to know about it. I can respect that. If you're going on the dark web, that means you're looking for something. There's something on there that you're looking for that you can't find on the regular internet. And my friends, if you're going off into the deepest, darkest webs, there is something in you that is inhuman. Don't go there. Don't go there. Now, right? Back to the subject, man. Back to the topic. Don't feel like just because you didn't make it where you're not good. You're not capable. You're not worthy. That doesn't matter. Trust and believe. Where they made it, right? Where they made it, there is somewhere where you failed. And where you made it, there's somewhere where they failed. We're only humans. We can't do everything. We can't know everything. We can't have everything. We can't be everything. And in trying to find ourselves, we make a lot of mistakes along the way. That's a part of being a human, making mistakes, because we don't know which way to go. We're just trying to figure it out. You know? If we are the only intelligent to where we are, to where we can communicate and teach other beings how, you know what I mean? Like, if we truly are the only sentient, intelligent, creative beings in all of the universe and cosmos and wherever, like to the farthest reaches of our galaxy, if we're truly the only ones, bro, like, we're not doing too good. We don't know what we're doing. We don't. And that's what I want to remind you of. Don't feel so bad that you don't know. Don't feel so bad that things are difficult and it's hard to understand. I want to remind you that it was made that way. It was made that way. Everything is the way it is because there is someone who had the influence or the power to make it so. Or it was a conglomerate, a group of people. Whatever. Everything is the way it is because that's how humans want it to be. If they are even human. But that's another discussion. Right? I want you to know that you don't need to be perfect. Whatever image that people have in their mind of you that they want you to be, you don't have to be that. We forget that as a human being, you are more or less a handful of clay that can be molded and shaped by your situations, your circumstances, your influences, and your desires. You're just a heap of clay that can be molded and shaped into any kind of way. Why is that? Because you're human. And that's the way the Creator designed us to be adaptable, to be changeable. Man, if we all were only one way, how sad and depressing would life be? If you ever seen a movie called Equilibrium, that may be the closest picture that has been illustrated that I could describe what that would look like when everybody's just pretty much the same. But at the end of the day, we don't need to be trying to seek godhood. We don't need to be trying to merge with machines. We just need to get to know each other a little bit better. Because this human experience that we're all having, the only time that we truly feel alive as a human is when we connect with someone or something else. With that being said, I hope you learned something today. I hope you're waking up every day with a plan, a purpose, and a smile, because Professor Hawk is signing out. Hope you can do me a favor and leave a like, share the video, and subscribe. Why? Because I know you like this video. You made it this far. Share the video, because why not? And subscribe, because you've come back too many times not to push that button. Most of the people who watch my channel would not subscribe. Go figure. But thanks again for tuning in. Take care. Ta-ta for now.